Hello, massage fans. It's Celisa Ellis, also known as the Fixer.
Okay, it's just me. Hi, I'm Nat. I'm Natalie, the Y-Finder.
This Natalie, no, it's not Halloween. We are doing a red light demonstration today. My lights aren't on.
Because I didn't turn them on.
No wonder.
There we go. There we go. Now they're ready to rock and roll.
And who are you?
And I'm Libby, also known as the Nugget Digger, I think. It's been a long week.
Yeah, we're on.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're on
cool.
and ready to rock.
So today, no, it's not Halloween. We are going to talk about red light therapy and the benefits. Natalie here is on the face mask. I'm on the red light helmet, and Libby has red lights on her neck and shoulders.
Neck and shoulders.
Mm-hmm. So basically, red light therapy is a non-invasive treatment using low-level wavelengths of red light and near-infrared light. Okay, so basically, it's penetrating into our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact: our skulls are the only translucent bones in our body. So the red light is actually penetrating my brain, and let me tell you, it needs it.
It's so helpful when you're like foggy.
Yeah, it's great for brain fog.
Yeah.
And with all the stuff going on right now, I need it.
Yes.
So it penetrates the skin and the skull, enhancing mitochondrial function and energy production in cells. So basically what that's doing is increasing ATP. Do you know what ATP is?
I do.
What is it?
It's the powerhouse and the energy currency of the cell.
Basically the energy of the cell, right? It's what helps our cells function. And the best way it was explained to me on how this kind of helps is if your cells are kind of functioning at a lower level, when the it's the lead thing. When the red lights are going into your body, it is creating the cells to get stimulated.
Mm-hmm.
So the ATP production heightens. So when your cells are vibrating at a higher level, it helps the healing process.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So the body is starting to heal itself. For Natalie here, she's using it for skincare. I'm using it for brain cells, and she's using it for muscular health.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But there's so many more benefits. So anti-inflammatory properties, reduction of inflammation, relief of chronic inflammatory conditions. So conditions such as arthritis, joint pain, muscle soreness can be alleviated, decreasing the inflammation in the body. Pain relief, reduction of joint and muscle pain by enhancing blood flow and reducing inflammation. Red lights can help manage conditions like osteoarthritis and muscle fatigue. So if you are an athlete and you are working out way too much and your body is just going, help, red lights are a great solution.
They are great for like those muscle, like those aches for sure. So with the inflammatory, what we're using it for at home right now is for skin issues. It reduces that inflammation in the skin. It just helps. It reading through this, preparing for this today, it increases the collagen production, and collagen is what our skin and our joints and everything uses. Yep, it's just so good for recovery in general. Yeah, it's
and anti-aging.
Yeah.
Collagen, we lose our collagen production as we get older.
Age,
this actually helps to keep us a little younger. And you'll see Natalie, she'll look like a teenager in 30 minutes? Okay, maybe not that good, but it's still good.
Yep. The other one, acne, psoriasis, eczema, it just reduces the inflammation and promotes skin regeneration. So it's been pretty awesome. I also use it when somebody's sick. Yeah. Like putting it on stomach for
intestinal. Put it on your chest for like coughs and congestion and things like that.
Bronchitis that I've never had before.
Yeah. Right. I remember when I first had these red lights, it was so amazing. I went to a conference and I brought my red lights with me. I bring my healing tools with me everywhere,
Mhm.
especially traveling, because you never know what you're gonna need.
Mhm.
But so I had it with me, and I went to the conference that day, and I started to get sick. Like I had a sore throat. I was starting to get feverish. I was not feeling like I was gonna be able to do the conference the next
Mhm.
day. I was like, okay, I'm probably just gonna have to stay in. Well, I decided to put that red light on my chest and my throat, and I did it probably for a good 40 minutes or so.
Mhm.
I woke up the next morning with nothing.
Mhm.
That was, I mean, amazing.
They're just
So
incredible.
for me, having these tools available to me is it's literally priceless,
Mhm.
because it helps me continue to participate in life,
Yes, yes,
which we need to do.
we absolutely have to do.
Another really good benefit is mental and cognitive benefits. Another really great story, if all of you out there have been to Pro Massage and you remember Missy, you might remember this story. Missy bought a red light system for her father, who was experiencing some cognitive issues. It was early Alzheimer's, and basically he was sleeping 12 hours a day and couldn't remember. Like he had businesses to run and things like that. It was pretty sad. And when I found out about these red lights, I told her about it, and they decided just to try it. Can't hurt. And within a couple of months, he was back working and doing things.
That's
and
incredible.
Yeah. So for me, it's a testament, right? I saw it actually happen. So
Yeah, it's just the lights are they're awesome. I can't imagine not having them
Yeah.
now that I know about them.
Yeah.
They're so helpful.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. Hair growth stimulation, that's pretty amazing,
Mhm.
right? I haven't had anybody who's actually used it regularly to know, but there's lots of information out there about it.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in hair growth stimulation, that won't cost you an arm and a leg, really.
Right.
We're here. Improve sleep quality, regulation of the circadian rhythm.
Mhm.
So red light may improve sleep quality by enhancing melatonin production and balancing the circadian rhythms, especially beneficial for those with sleep disorders. So if you know you have a sleep disorder, it can't hurt to check this out.
Yeah, and then we talked about the muscle recovery, but it helps reduce the delayed onset muscle soreness. We also have FSM for that, but just helps reduce that inflammation in there. It can promote bone healing by stimulating the osteoclast activity, and potentially useful in cases of fractures or osteoporosis.
Yeah, it's amazing because there isn't anything involved more than just putting the light in the affected area.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't have to do anything.
You just sit there. Yeah, when Carlos last month with the kidney stones, he would just lay there with it on, and he was like, I don't know if it's the heat or the red lights, but he was like, this is the only thing that was giving him any kind of relief.
Yeah.
It's
It's just amazing, especially like anti-inflammation, because inflammation is one of the main things that causes pain, right? So if you're able to reduce inflammation, then obviously you're going to be reducing pain. So yeah, again, amazing. We love amazing things here.
I did like how you said it was FSM but less specific.
Right.
It was kind of like the
so we use something called frequency-specific microcurrent. If you've heard our talks before, you've heard us talk about frequency-specific microcurrent, which is very similar to red lights. The difference being frequency-specific microcurrent, we're able to actually target specific issues and tissues, whereas with the red light, we kind of put it on and hope for the best. When we say hope for the best, we know that it's penetrating into the body and it's doing the body good. We just don't know what.
Yes.
Because we're not exactly doing anything specific for a specific condition.
Yes.
Whereas in FSM, we can more target inflammation in a specific area.
And then using them together is just, it's pretty incredible to watch
Oh yeah.
the things that you can change using them in conjunction with each other.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's almost like this supercharges.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so the science behind this is it literally improves healing 40 to 60% quicker, right?
That's
And the
incredible,
quicker you get the red lights on a condition, the better it helps. So if you like suddenly like fall and break your leg or whatever, if you can get the red lights on within 4 to 8 hours, then you're healing, that's going to heal a whole lot quicker.
That's incredible.
40 to 60% quicker. That's, to me, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Why we're not using this in our medical system, I don't know. I'm just a massage therapist. I'm staying in my lane. So considerations and safety. So in a lot of modalities out there, there's a lot of different contraindications for, you know, medications or, you know, different services. But in this, there really isn't much, if any, contraindication. I would not put a red light on a pregnant woman's belly. I'm not going to do that, but I'd put it on her ankle.
Absolutely.
No problem, right?
Yep.
The other maybe caveat, there is some people have this sensitivity to the sun or sunlight. So
Yep.
this is basically canned sunlight. Put it that way. So if you do have a light sensitivity, and some medications create that, so you might want to check with your doctor to see if that is something that you might want to try or not try. And I think the only big deal about the light sensitivity is you get a tan. So I had a client that I don't know what kind of medication he was on or if it was just his skin, but I was putting it on his low back, and I was using the blue and the red lights. The blue is the one that got him because we matched up the lights. It was pretty funny. But I think after the third session, I noticed these little dots on his back that it was a tan.
So he's getting a suntan from the blue
And I
lights.
was like, is that normal for you? Do you have those on your back normally or whatever? And he goes, what do you mean? Because it's on his back, right? So he obviously
he doesn't see it all the time.
And so I told him, I took a picture of it and I showed it to him, and he goes, no, that's strange. And I said, yeah, I think it's from my lights. And he goes, oh yeah, that totally makes sense, because there's
They're like little tiny
little
dots.
light bulbs like on a
that's
pad.
funny.
So yeah, it was pretty funny. But it wasn't harmful for him. It wasn't, causing any skin irritations or anything like that. So he was
He
just
just
like,
had a funky tan.
don't worry about it, So yeah, so
That's
it's interesting.
Yeah, that's really interesting that bodies are so weird.
Yeah, well, everybody's a little bit different, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what else do we have to say about this wonderful technology? We talked about skin conditions. So acne, I mean, for kids, what she's doing right now,
Teenagers,
you have somebody who has terrible acne, that would be a great thing to do. Psoriatic lesions as well, eczema, wrinkles and fine lines. I need that.
The collagen
Wrinkles
production.
and fine lines. Just kidding. Just kidding. You can't see me doing that to you. Wound healing, cuts, burns, surgical incisions, also may reduce scar formation. So for me, I have a red light pen. I just sent them off to get fixed. But whenever I burned myself, I'll put that on like right away, and it doesn't blister. Or if it blistered already, the blister will go away.
Interesting.
It's completely amazing. Now I'll tell you that when you put it on a burn, it burns like you're burning it. But for me, it's tolerable, and it makes it go away.
And it makes it go away.
So for me, I'll take that every day of the week. It's so much better than like putting butter or cold water or any of those other things that I used to do. Red light right away. If I ever injure myself, this is kind of a weird story, but I shut my fingers into my trunk of my car, and I was working that day, and when I took it out, I had bruise going across my fingers right here and indentations, right? Because I literally had to open the trunk. I tried to pull it out and it wasn't working, so I had to open the trunk. And I had my red lights on me, thank goodness, and I put them on my fingers. I was taking my dogs to doctor's appointment. So while they were in there, I just had the red light on
Sit
there.
like,
And then I had to go
Don't do
to
it, do it,
a
do it.
massage right after. And I'm like, how am I going to do this? Can I do a one-handed massage? Maybe I'll just use my elbows. I'm like contemplating all these things in my head. And when I took the red lights off, there was no bruising, no indentation, and no pain.
Yeah.
That was incredible to me. I still to this day just kind of go,
How did
wow.
that happen?
yeah.
Well, after you said for bug bites, I was
Uh-huh.
like, I bought a pen for the house, and I just, like, you got a bug bite? Here, come
Mhm.
sit here for, like, 30
Mosquito
seconds.
bites. Yeah.
Yeah, 30
Mosquito
seconds,
bites,
and the itching's gone.
But
Chigger
not
bites.
chiggers. I will tell you, chiggers are evil.
They're evil and must be
The
destroyed.
red lights, I don't know if it stimulates their cellular production, but when it comes to a chigger, yeah, I believe in nail polish, but that's me, okay? Then rosacea also,
Mhm.
so another good one for the face.
Reducing that redness.
Osteoarthritis helps reduce joint inflammation, pain from joint, where am I? Alleviates pain and inflammation by reducing cytokine
Yeah.
production and improving blood flow. That's for rheumatoid arthritis. Muscle soreness, we've talked about a bunch of different times. Tendinitis speeds recovery by reducing inflammation and promoting tissue repair. I mean, I have a client right now that had trigger finger, and I helped a client years ago with a trigger finger, and I kind of told her about it. And actually, I'm using FSM on her. Never mind.
They do. They
But I would use red lights,
they
but I know
overlap
FSM
a
works
lot.
too. Yeah,
like they overlap a lot, and
it's a very similar technique. Yeah.
theory.
And then fibromyalgia. If you have fibromyalgia, it may help reduce widespread pain and improve muscle function. Again, I think fibromyalgia gets diagnosed more than it really should, because there is a interesting connection between myofascial pain and fibromyalgia. Which one is it? There is a difference. Myofascial pain and fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is nerves. Myofascial dysfunction is muscles. But sometimes they look like the same thing. So the only way to really figure it out is, for us, I would say come get a massage, like a myofascial massage, to get rid of that and see if that's the problem. If that isn't the problem, then it's definitely the fibromyalgia. But for me, muscle pain or taking pills for the rest of my life, come see me.
Absolutely.
Chronic pain management, joint pain, back pain, neck pain, really it's a really good pain reliever, and it promotes circulation.
Yeah.
So,
Like already this feels so just, there's not a ton of tension up there, but just enough that it's like,
Yeah.
feels so good.
and my brain doesn't feel so foggy right now.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I still feel the same. Neurological and mental health
I
conditions.
just saw the traumatic brain injury. That's
So think about it. It's concussion,
yeah.
right? Same like FSM. We have frequencies for
Yeah.
it. This is similar to
Yeah.
helping the brain have better circulation and better function, right? Better cellular function, which also goes along with depression and anxiety, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times with PTSD or even just brain injuries and things like that, it brings on depression and anxiety
Yes.
because we're not ourselves. We're not in the right headspace,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So this just kind of helps to put everything back together, and again, it helps the circulation of the brain and things like that, so you can actually think better.
Yes. Think clearly.
Cognitive decline. Early research shows potential in enhancing memory and cognitive function, especially in neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. I already told you my story. I've seen it happen, so you make your own conclusions. We talked about hair and scalp conditions, wound healing and scarring,
Talked about it.
sleep disorders, eye conditions.
Yeah, I was like, how would you?
Age-related muscular degeneration. Early studies suggest potential benefits in slowing the progression of vision loss due to
Age-related.
Age-related macular degeneration. I don't know how you would do that.
Yeah,
I
I
would
was
not
gonna-
recommend putting the lights in your eyes.
Right?
I'm gonna have to do some more research on
Yeah,
that.
that looks
to
really kinda interesting.
explain that a little bit better. But that is an interesting one. Of course, cardiovascular health,
Mhm.
blood circulation issues, improves blood flow, and oxygen.
I can't say it either.
Oxygenation
Yes, there you go.
in tissues, which can benefit those with poor circulation. And then there's hypertension. Where am I?
Yeah, so lowering your blood pressure by improving the function of your blood. Endothelial.
That's it.
Yeah.
Function.
Mhm.
So yeah, I didn't even realize that it could help high blood pressure.
And it does make sense if you're reducing that, like the inflammation around the blood cell or the blood vessels and just opening up the blood vessels, because that's essentially
thought?
what blood pressure is. But there's that.
Metabolic conditions can help heal diabetic wounds, especially foot ulcers,
That
by
makes
improving
sense.
circulation and promoting skin or promoting cell
Cell.
regeneration. So that's the thing about cells that is super interesting and should be interesting to
Everybody.
everybody. So when your cells regenerate, they regenerate however they are. So if your cells are going, I don't feel very good, when they regenerate, they're gonna go, yeah, I don't feel very good. It's gonna regenerate the same way. But when you stimulate the cells are now going, oh, okay, well, I feel a little bit better. Then the cells are gonna regenerate at that rate.
Mhm.
So the more that you do it, the more your cells regenerate at a higher level, which gives you better health, right? So regenerating the cells, I think it's every 7 years, your body's
You get a whole new
completely
body.
different than it was 7 years prior. So I guess it takes 7 years of red lights. Just kidding. But you know what I'm talking about, right? So just trying to get that going. Weight loss, some studies suggest red light may boost metabolism and fat loss when combined with exercise and a healthy diet. Well, what doesn't?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was kind of thinking the same. I was like, that one we can.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, but there are some places that do red light therapy for reducing
In
weight. So
specific
basically,
areas,
what
yeah.
it does is it shrinks the cells in there,
Mhm.
and it makes the fat kind of leave the cells. We used to offer that service here, and we stopped doing it because the benefits were slow,
Mhm.
and it didn't make sense for me to be charging people for such a slow benefit, right?
Yeah.
So if you bought your own red light system and were able to do it every day, that probably would have a better
You'd have a better
result.
outcome.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe I'm stupid, but I just really don't want to have people spend too much money on something like that.
That goes so
It's-
slow.
Yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, the dental health I thought was kind of interesting with that gum disease,
Mhm.
reducing the inflammation, and then the post-dental surgery. Like, I can't imagine, like, when I had my wisdom teeth out, like, having a red light for out here. I didn't have much of a problem, but it just would have been nice to have additional.
Yeah.
And then cold sores, I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
mean, there's a protocol for that, but also, like,
Yeah.
you see one come up, like, red light it.
Yeah, exactly. That, like I said, there's so many benefits.
There's so
I mean,
many benefits.
We can keep going, and we will. Autoimmune and immune-related conditions, mast cell activation syndrome. I'll let you talk about that.
That one is something that we might be dealing with at home. So it's kind of what it is. Your mast cells shoot out too much histamine, and then your whole body is inflamed because histamine is the allergic reaction response. So it causes all kinds of things, and the red lights reduce that, all of the overactive mast cells that's happening. So it's pretty. We've just started kind of using the red lights in conjunction with the FSM, and to be continued. We'll see
Yeah.
what we do.
That's super interesting with the mast cells, because histamine is
It's a good thing.
it's something that helps your body. It fights pain,
Mhm.
right?
Yep. When you do have, when they're used for like an allergic reaction, it surrounds that allergen. It's our immune response.
Mm-hmm.
It's when they then get too activated and then they wreak.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting.
What's interesting to me is when you take antihistamines, you can it helps your body not be able to fight pain as well, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody's on antihistamines a lot and they're in pain, it could be just because you're taking so many antihistamines. So when you have allergies, it's
a pain in the butt.
yeah, it's an interesting cycle that goes through your body. So we have something for that, by the way. Yeah. So and then chronic fatigue syndrome may help alleviate fatigue by improving mitochondrial function and reducing systemic inflammation. So again, inflammation, right? So sunlight is great for inflammation, but it's also a caution, right? Because people are getting skin cancers and things like that. So are you getting the light when you have suntan lotion on? I think you are.
I think so, but I think it blocks some of the rays. Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't produce vitamin C though, right? Or vitamin D. No.
So I've always heard go out like first morning sun is the best. Like as the sun comes up, like at sunrise, you just sit out there in the sun. It's like the best time to get sun for it helps reset that circadian rhythm, and it's good for the production of the vitamin D and all of the good stuff. So like get out first thing in the morning.
Sounds good to me.
I wouldn't mind sitting on the deck with a little bit of sun coming on me with a little cup of coffee.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
And a glass of water.
Yes, water.
All right, respiratory conditions. So emerging research. So again, for me, when I've had respiratory issues, and I don't have COPD, but I've had different colds and flus and things like that, putting that red light on there feels so good. It's so soothing. And I don't know. I know that it's helped, and it has gotten rid of a lot of different things for me. But this is saying COPD. Some studies suggest red light may improve lung function and reduce inflammation in COPD patients.
Which is like that's exciting because there's really there's no cure for that one.
And last but not least, there's vanity.
Yep.
Skin tightening, stretch marks, cellulite reduction, all of these things. So red light therapy really offers a range of potential therapeutic benefits for various conditions, including skin disorders, muscular skeletal pain, neurological conditions, hair loss, wound healing. While research is ongoing, red light is generally considered a safe, non-invasive treatment option that can complement traditional medical therapies. So again, that's what we do here at Massage Integrative Health Solutions is we want to help people feel better in the most non-invasive way possible.
Yes, absolutely.
And look fabulous while doing it.
Exactly. I like that. And look fabulous while doing it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Anything else we need to say about red light therapy and how wonderful it is?
I don't think so. It's just incredible. It's definitely
I will say two things. We're going to start offering red light. Well, we already offer red light therapy, but we're going to offer red light therapy when we start our IV therapies. So you can have a red light therapy session while you're getting infused. We're also going to introduce IV therapy to Pro Massage on our Fall Fest, which is
October 5th.
October 5th, which is Saturday from 11 to 3. It will be a party. We're going to have food and prizes and fun and stuff like that. And we're going to have some talks about different things that we're offering and some new things coming out on our horizon. So that's all we have for today. Like we say here at Pro Massage Integrative Health Solutions, don't just get a massage, get a Pro Massage. See you guys later.